Welcome to my channel. Back with another movie recap. This is horror, mystery, and science fiction genre movie and it has 5.5 IMDb rating. The name of the movie is In the Tall Grass and release year is 2019. The film is about siblings Becky and Cal that hear the cries of a young boy lost within a field of tall grass. They venture in to rescue him, only to become ensnared themselves by a sinister force that quickly disorients and separates them. Cut off from the world and unable to escape the field's tightening grip, they soon discover that the only thing worse than getting lost is being found. I hope you enjoy watching my recap, and as quick reminder, this video contains spoilers. Siblings Becky and Cal DeMuth move to San Diego so that Becky, who is nearly 6 months along in her pregnancy, can stay with their auntie till she gives birth. Then they will place the baby for adoption. As they pause outside of a historic church, the two listen to a youngster called Tobin scream out for rescue from a thick grass field adjacent. Afterwards, they overhear Natalie, his mother, pleading with him not to summon anybody. Worried, both of them goes inside, but they end themselves divided and notice an abnormal shift in their separated position from each other. They choose to go, but they can't find the route, and their worry is building. As the sun goes down, Cal finds Tobin, who is covered in mud and bruises, clutching the lifeless body of a crow. Tobin buries the bird in the walkway and says the grass is resistant to moving corpses. In the grass, Becky and Tobin's dad, Ross, meet up, but they end themselves split. Tobin guides Cal to a weathered rock in the middle of the greenery and urges him to touch it, but their conversation is cut short as Becky screams out in terror at an invisible attacker. At the same time, father of Becky's child, Travis, shows up to see where she and Cal are hiding. He discovers their abandoned vehicle near the church and ventures into the grassy area, where he stumbles into Tobin. Tobin brings him to the decaying body of Becky, implying that they are already acquainted. Travis can't see Tobin because he's so distraught. He retrieves a necklace from the pocket of the dead the following morning. Simultaneously, a Tobin who appears to have existed in a past lifetime shows up at the chapel accompanied by Natalie and Ross. Their pet Freddy goes into the grass as soon as he detects Travis yelling for Tobin. The rest of the entire family chases after him, and Travis eventually finds Tobin. As darkness descends, Ross stumbles over the rock and touches it, as the rest of the family flees in terror. When daybreak rolls along, Becky and Cal are again out on the lawn, this time to look into Tobin's screams. According to Tobin, Freddy was murdered. After realizing that grass won't budge lifeless objects, Travis tells Becky and Cal to go locate Tobin, which they do. After 2 months of being absent, Travis informs Becky and Cal. In the far distance, the gang sees a residence, so they all go over to see it. While on the road, Becky gets a call from somebody who seems rather upset and begs them to stop repeating the same blunder. Ross revives Becky after she passes out from what seems like grass getting into her uterus as they are walking. Ross then reconnects with Tobin and promises to lead them the way out. After following Ross to the rock, Natalie, who is visibly horrified, suddenly comes forward and asserts that she had seen Becky's body earlier. Afterwards, she cautions them about touching the rock. As Ross's wrath grows, Natalie issues a threat warning, and the group ultimately decides they'd rather go. Ross murders Natalie and injures Travis before he chases after the others, saying that the rock revealed him the reality and the exit, but he still doesn't want to go. While exploring the vacant structure, Becky, Cal, Travis, and Tobin see Freddy escaping from the field through a hole that goes to the road, which Travis and Cal find out. Travis slips and falls off the roof because Cal, who is shown to be jealous and incestuous with Becky, releases his grip on him. After Ross pursues them to the rooftop, Tobin sees this and runs into the grassy area. They pursue Tobin, but Becky won't leave Travis and turns back just as Cal is about to run away. Ross strangles Cal and kills him, and it turns out they're stuck in a time loop. The psychotic Ross is always hunting him in the grass. Travis, who managed to avoid serious injury in the fall, sets out to find Becky. From their respective ends of the field, they can hear one other well, and Becky finally breaks her silence about her plans to place the baby for adoption. A rainstorm breaks out as Ross attacks Becky, who stabs him in the eye and manages to flee. Grass creatures approach Becky and lead her to a rock that bears prophetic marks that pertain to her pregnancy. In a desperate attempt to stop Cal from harming Travis, Becky calls her former self and begs her to stop him. She blacks out after having a terrifying vision beneath the rock. Upon waking up, she discovers that Cal is tending to her and giving her what turns out to be her kid. As time goes on, Ross, the Cal, Becky was hallucinating, is exposed to be Ross. Travis finds Becky's lifeless body a few moments after that. Upon his discovery, Tobin and Ross are attacked by Ross, who manages to critically injure Travis. While Ross is attempting to get Tobin to touch the rock, Becky strikes him, uses her necklace to scratch out his other eye, and then dies from her wounds. The only way for Travis to comprehend the grass is to touch the rock, which he realizes after killing Ross. After touching the rock, Travis has a string of bizarre visions. Instructing Tobin to prevent Becky and Cal from going onto the grass, he takes Tobin's hand and leads him to an exit. Just as Becky and Cal are about to step foot in the grass, Tobin steps out of the church across the road. He shows them Becky's necklace, which Travis had given him, and they decide to remain out. This completes the circle. On the way back home, Becky makes the decision to keep her kid. As they depart, Travis quietly passes away on the grass. That was recap of In the Tall Grass. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed my recap, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to not miss videos like this.